employee retention is significant. That can be real money, close to 10 million bucks actually, if you really look at it.
Our referrals increased about threefold.
We have been able to attract national talent.
There was a lack of trust and there was a lack of safety, I believe. People weren't sure how to approach each other, how to address issues, how to discuss problems directly.
A lot of our departments were siloed. They were almost cut off from each other. It made it difficult to work together.
I think our biggest challenge was really having those difficult conversations and doing it effectively.
I think there's always apprehension when you have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. And that's what Last 8% is about, is being vulnerable in those uncomfortable moments.
There very much was a niceness over courage approach, or what I believe would be that family quadrant of the XY axis. It also led to difficulty in adapting, difficulty to execution. And so we really needed to move as an organization from family into more courage, more execution.
Every single person in this organization got the training, including our current CEO, all the way down to our individual contributors and everybody in between. Speaking that common language and having that common vernacular has really helped it stick.
It's a different level of interaction that's taken place that's more open and productive. And again, I'll go back to that trust and safety that is so important to people that they don't realize that they're missing until you actually feel it.
Prior to this training, a lot of our leaders would say, HR, I want you to sit in with us while we have this difficult conversation with our employees. And we're seeing that less and less. They feel confident that they can have those discussions with employees, and the employees even feel confident that they're going to have a good interaction with their managers and it's not going to go sideways.
Having that trust, that safe space, you know that if you bring something to one of your leaders, that they're going to hear you.
Last 8% has really given a voice to those who may not have previously had one.
Culture sits at the team level. HR does not drive culture. Leaders drive culture.
Our strategy goals are aggressive. We have great goals we want to meet. Our culture is helping us get there. It's helping us enable that and helping us to become stronger.
You're not going to execute on strategy without that culture. You may have the people that are passionate about the work, but if they can't collaborate, if they can't connect, if they can't have that level of trust, you're not going to execute or deliver on what you need to.
Having that safety, having that trust in being able to rely on your coworkers, your peers, your leaders, it affords us the opportunity to look at things a little bit differently, to be a little bit more aggressive.
Can culture drive strategy? Absolutely. In fact, I don't even know that you can delaminate strategy and culture. I think there was even a saying that culture eats strategy for breakfast.
Our employee retention is significant. I mean, we've gone from, a 17.5% turnover rate to an 11% turnover rate in the past year and a half. Something like that translates into dollars. When we talk about that turnover rate and going from a ratio of losing 250 people a year to a third of that or half of that, that can be real money, close to 10 million bucks actually, if you really look at it.
Our referrals to the organization from employees have increased about threefold.
Communication by far is the biggest long-term impact that this will have.
Because of that high courage, high connection culture, we have been able to attract national talent. So these are folks from all over the country that were attracted to the mission, the vision, the culture of the team, the culture of the entire organization.
The fact that people are telling a story, they feel it, they feel the difference, it's a place that they want to be. We've seen people from around the country who are aware of what we're doing and how we're doing it. It's brought us a different level of talent than we were able to access before.
I believe it's increased our performance. It's allowed us to be better at talking to somebody about what we need from them. Our performance will just continue to grow as long as we rely on that last 8% to help us.
Culture should be the focus. Having the conversations that focus on the last 8%, building connection, building care, asking questions, those are all essential ingredients to having a great culture.
When I've gone through these interviews, I definitely talk about culture with them, and we talk about this high connection, high courage culture, accountability, care. We talk about it versus the family type culture. In all of those interviews, as soon as I started talking about that, they take out their pens and they start taking notes. And they say, we've never heard this before, tell me more.
Learning tools to help navigate the way through that most difficult part of the conversation was a big time game changer for us.
I would recommend it. I think that it's one that is worth the investment time. It's very practical. It makes sense. It's not hard to understand. It's easy to implement into kind of daily practices. And I think that people see results relatively quickly, right? There's some short-term gains, and then there's that long-term roadmap too.
I would absolutely recommend the 8% culture.
I would recommend it, and I'm excited to see what else is coming for us.
The last 8% culture work that we've done has changed us, and it can change you. It works.